Greetings, fellow Eskimos. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating parallels between the human body and a smartphone. Just as a smartphone integrates hardware and software, our bodies employ a symphony of organs, senses, and processes to navigate the world around us. Consider the smartphone in your pocket. It captures the world through its camera lens, converting light into digital information. But long before smartphones, nature had perfected this technology within the human eye. Think of your eye as a marvel of biological engineering, with its own lens, aperture, and image sensor, the retina. Just as a camera lens focuses light onto a sensor, the eye's lens directs incoming light onto the retina. The iris, the colored part of your eye, acts like the diaphragm of a camera, controlling the amount of light that enters by adjusting the size of the pupil. In bright light, the iris constricts, narrowing the pupil to prevent overexposure. In dim conditions, it widens, allowing more light to reach the retina for optimal vision. And just like the pixels on your smartphone's camera sensor, the retina is packed with millions of light-sensitive cells called rods and cones. Rods, sensitive to low light levels, allow us to see in dim conditions, while cones, responsible for color vision, empower us to perceive the vibrant tapestry of the world. These photoreceptor cells convert light into electrical signals, similar to how a camera sensor translates light into digital data. The optic nerve acts as a high-speed data cable, transmitting the electrical signals from the retina to the brain. Have you ever wondered how you effortlessly maintain your balance, even on uneven terrain? Deep within your inner ear lies a tiny but mighty system that rivals the accelerometer in your smartphone, the vestibular system. Just as your phone's accelerometer detects changes in orientation and motion, the vestibular system provides your brain with constant feedback about your body's position and movement in space. Imagine tilting your head to the side. Within your inner ear, this movement is detected by 3 fluid-filled semicircular canals, each oriented in a different plane. As you tilt your head, the fluid within these canals shifts, much like a spirit level. This fluid movement bends tiny hair-like sensors, triggering electrical signals that travel along the vestibular nerve to the brain. In addition to the semicircular canals, it includes 2 otolith organs, the utricle and saccule, that act like biological accelerometers. These organs contain tiny calcium carbonate crystals embedded in a gelatinous material. When you accelerate, these crystals shift, stimulating hair cells and sending signals to the brain. The brain integrates this information with input from other senses, allowing us to maintain our balance and navigate the world with precision. At the heart of your smartphone lies its processor, a tiny chip that orchestrates every task. Similarly, the human brain, often described as the most complex structure in the known universe, serves as the command center for our entire being. Consider the cerebral cortex, the outermost layer of the brain. This wrinkled, walnut-shaped structure is where our higher-level cognitive functions reside: thinking, learning, memory, language, and consciousness. Just as a smartphone's processor manages data flow and executes instructions, the cerebral cortex processes sensory information, controls voluntary movements, and enables us to experience the world around us. Within the cerebral cortex, different regions specialize in specific functions, much like dedicated cores within a smartphone processor. The frontal lobe, for example, plays a crucial role in decision-making, planning, and personality, while the parietal lobe processes sensory information from touch, temperature, and pain. Deep within its intricate folds lie structures like the hippocampus, essential for forming new memories, and the amygdala, involved in processing emotions. These interconnected regions work in concert, much like a sophisticated network of microchips, to shape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. The brain relies on a continuous flow of oxygen and nutrients delivered by the circulatory system, highlighting the vital importance of maintaining brain health. Imagine your smartphone without its battery, a lifeless slab of glass and metal. Similarly, our bodies require a constant supply of energy to fuel our every thought, action, and breath. Enter the digestive and respiratory systems, working in tandem to provide our cells with the fuel they need to function. Think of your digestive system as a complex processing plant, breaking down the food you eat into smaller molecules that can be absorbed into the bloodstream. Just as a smartphone charger converts electrical energy into a usable form for your device, the digestive system transforms the chemical energy stored in food into glucose, the primary energy currency of our cells. Meanwhile, the respiratory system acts like a vital air intake, constantly supplying our bodies with the oxygen we need to extract energy from glucose. Through a series of intricate branching airways, oxygen travels deep into our lungs, where it diffuses into tiny blood vessels and is carried to cells throughout the body. Our bodies have evolved a remarkable defense system, the immune system, to protect us from a constant barrage of pathogens. Just as antivirus software scans for and eliminates digital threats, our immune system patrols our bodies, identifying and neutralizing harmful invaders like bacteria, viruses, and parasites. White blood cells, the warriors of our immune system, act like vigilant sentinels, constantly on the lookout for anything suspicious. Our smartphones have become indispensable tools for communication, connecting us with people across the globe. But long before smartphones, humans had already evolved sophisticated ways to communicate through language, gestures, and facial expressions. Consider the intricate neural networks within our brains that allow us to process language, both spoken and written. Just as a smartphone relies on complex algorithms to decode and interpret digital signals, our brains employ a symphony of neurons to decipher the sounds, symbols, and grammatical structures of language. And just as smartphones utilize GPS technology to pinpoint our location on a map, our brains possess their own internal navigation systems. The hippocampus, a seahorse-shaped structure deep within the brain, plays a crucial role in spatial memory, allowing us to form mental maps of our surroundings. Think about a familiar route you take every day to work, school, or the grocery store. Your brain, like a GPS device, has created a neural representation of that route, storing landmarks, distances, and turns. This internal map allows you to navigate that route with ease, even without consciously thinking about each step. We are social creatures, hardwired to connect with others, developing intricate social structures and communication networks to share information, build relationships, and cooperate. Our smartphones have become our constant companions for managing time, reminding us of appointments, deadlines, and important events. But within our own biology lies an intricate timekeeping system, the circadian rhythm that governs our sleep-wake cycles, hormone release, and other bodily processes. Just as a smartphone's alarm clock relies on a quartz crystal oscillator to keep accurate time, our circadian rhythm is regulated by a group of neurons in the hypothalamus called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN. This internal clock synchronizes our bodies to the 24-hour day-night cycle, influencing everything from our alertness levels to our digestive processes. And just as smartphones provide us with calendars and reminders to manage our schedules, our brains possess a remarkable capacity for memory, allowing us to store and retrieve information from the past. From short-term working memory, which allows us to hold information in mind for brief periods, to long-term memory, which can store vast amounts of information for years or even decades, our brains are constantly encoding, consolidating, and retrieving memories. Think about a favorite childhood memory, the sights, sounds, smells, and emotions associated with that experience. Your brain, like a sophisticated filing system, has encoded those sensory details and emotional associations, allowing you to relive that memory long after the event itself has passed. Just as software updates can improve the performance and functionality of our smartphones, our brains are constantly undergoing neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire and reorganize themselves throughout our lives. These systems, working in concert, allow us to track time, preserve experiences, and navigate the ever-changing landscape of our lives. As we've explored the fascinating parallels between the human body and a smartphone, one striking realization emerges. We are, each and every one of us, walking embodiments of extraordinary complexity. From the way our eyes capture light, to the intricate dance of balance within our ears, from the processing power of our brains to the tireless work of our immune systems, we are marvels of biological engineering. Just as we marvel at the latest technological innovations, we should stand in awe of the intricate systems that have evolved over millions of years to shape who we are. Embrace your inner complexity, for it is within that intricate tapestry that the true beauty of life resides.